a West Loop Street Festival used a charity's name to raise money, but the nonprofit says it was misleading at best. The West Loop Group said a charity for kids would benefit from Taste of Randolph donations. This is where you're encouraged to make a donation, recommended donation, $10, $15 to come into the street festival. And our next guest has written on that sort of aspect to Chicago street festivals previously. So the charity says it was never involved in planning or even given an explanation of how it would benefit or how much it might possibly receive. So it involves three different entities. Let's start now with Melody Mercado. She writes for Block Club Chicago. She's a terrific investigative journalist. Melody, what festival are we talking about? What charity are we talking about? And kind of give us the backstory. What happened?
Yes, so we are talking about the Taste of Randolph Festival, which happens annually in the West Loop. The West Loop Community Organization, who owns the rights to the festival, puts on this festival annually as its biggest fundraiser. And this year, in Facebook posts by the group's president and by the community group's Facebook page, it stated the $10 suggested donation would go towards paying for talent, increased security, and would also go to an additional nonprofit called Face the Future Foundation. And for those who don't know, Face the Future Foundation is located in Chicago, and they help children and individuals get surgery to correct cleft palates.
So we have three groups involved here, and I think you've written on this before. The West Loop Community Organization, Star Events, and then, of course, the festival itself. So could this have just been an honest mistake? Because as I read your piece, I noticed that one of the board members of the charity has been involved in this for quite some time, and she is the president of Star Events, correct?
Right, she is. And, we did offer the opportunity for the president of the West Loop Community Organization multiple times for her to comment. She chose not to and did not respond. But, yes, you're right. There is a board member with Face the Future that works for Star Events. And the way that we understood it and the way that it was explained to us is that Wilco, West Loop Community Organization, was looking for an additional charity to benefit from the festival, and they weren't able to find one. And then Star Events recommended Face the Future Foundation. And that sort of is the story of how of what we were told. We asked Star Events, how did this understanding come to be that part of the suggested donation would go to Face the Future? And they pointed out that they never in any of their advertisements or postings ever said that, and that was all West Loop Community Organization and its president.
And now Face the Future is returning the donations that they received from both the festival and the production company.
Yes, they are. And this is linked to some previous reporting that we've done on the festival, which, in case people don't know, Taste of Randolph did get into a little bit of trouble with the city for advertising that online that people had to buy tickets to this free festival without stating that it was a donation. And so because of that, Face the Future had decided that they were going to return both donations from Star Events and West Loop Community Organization, saying that they themselves, as a nonprofit, didn't approve the tactic, and they did not want to be involved in anything that could possibly be seen as against city rules.
Does the promoter of the event, Star, do they guarantee a certain amount of money to go to the West Loop Community Organization?
Yes, so it's our understanding that Star Events is contracted to help put on the street festival with the West Loop Community Organization, as a lot of event producers are in the city of Chicago with various nonprofits. We know that West Loop Community Organization made at least $70,000 from this year's event. And we know in some years previously that amount has been between $80,000 to $82,000. And we know that they can get additional money from various sponsorships that they received. So we know that they at least received $70,000 from this year's event. There could be more money in there depending on sponsorships and other deals.
Is Face the Future going to be involved with this event in the future, or is that up in the air, or would their board have to vote on it?
You know, they don't want to be involved at all from the correspondence that we've had, from what I understand. They actually made a new rule as a result of this whole situation that basically says now that if you are going to be fundraising for Face the Future, it must be approved by our board first. And that was created in order to avoid situations like this in the future.
And just to be clear, entrance to the Taste of Randolph was just a suggested donation. It wasn't an admission fee. Correct.
As with any street festival in the city of Chicago.
And I think you've written on that in the past, Melody, in as much as sometimes the donation feels more like a shakedown to people.
It does. Yeah, we talked to, numerous festival goers, not just Taste of Randolph, but other festivals that said, we know it's a suggested donation, but we really feel like they were forcing us to pay, like we had no other option but to pay in order to get in.
Melody Mercado, thank you very much for your time. Excellent work as always. My best to the people at Block Club Chicago.
Thank you so much for having me.